Okay, hello everyone. So, I just finished watching the Gamescom opening night live, and there's no time for fancy intros because we have 3 pages worth of info to go through, so yeah, let's go on. But before we actually start, I want to talk a little bit about Black Myth Wukong, which I did hear the news that the game is become like the second game with the highest peak of players ever. PUBG is on top with like 3 million players. That is absolute peak. And I have no idea if it's like 2.3 million Wukong is. So we're nearly there. But yeah. Just all the things that I've seen today of the game sounds, or at least looks to be a good game, but for the love of God, stay away from the fan base, because at least according to one guy I know, some of the positive reviews are straight up racist central, and I also read about a message that one of the co-founders of the company that made Black Myth Wukong launched a message, wrote a message on Weibo, which is basically the Chinese version of Twitter, that basically said, "Lamau, fuck women, we don't make games for them," which Chinese Andrew Tate, as a friend of mine called them. So yeah, good game, but everything around it. Actually, there's another joke that I came up with. Suddenly, the $8 million thing isn't the most absurd thing that came out of that game. But anyway, outside of that, let's start off with the show itself, and we start off with Borderlands 4, with the trailer announcement of Borderlands 4, which, on my notes, I wrote, are Gearbox going to bitch about the union actors again? Because, if you remember, there was a character that was voiced by Troy Baker that was recast for Borderlands 3, and the reason behind it was that, if I remember correctly, that 2K and Gearbox didn't want to deal with another union actor, so yeah, let's see if anyone who's a union actor in Borderlands 3 is gonna get, if any returning characters from Borderlands 3 or even 2 are gonna get recast because of that. But then we got gameplay of Black Ops 6, which, I'm not gonna lie, I've said this already when it was announced, and yeah, I'm excited for this game, and I'm definitely going to play it. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to make a playthrough out of it. Depends on what stuff am I doing at the time, what stuff I will be doing at the time, but yeah, I'm definitely going to play it. Then, next up, we have Goat Simulator Remastered with a trailer that, honestly, I had no idea what it was all about. I generally thought it was actually was a Bethesda game, or like a Bethesda trailer because of the Skyrim meme. But no, it's Goat Simulator Remastered. I'm still shocked that Goat Simulator legitimately became a franchise. A game that was released as a joke, actually. Now remember, the game that was released as a joke that ended up spanning several games, and now even a remaster of the first one. So yeah, this is incredible. That's just, I have no other way to describe it other than this is pure insanity. And then, of course, we need a little tease about the DLC of Persona 3 Reload, aka The Answer, which, honestly, I was going to completely ignore because I think I made it pretty clear that I hate The Answer, and it's a shame that they went for The Answer instead of doing something else. And I know somebody's going to say FMC was impossible, but yeah, it's the big shame they went for a thing that apparently even Atlas regrets ever making it, considering that they tried their best to hide it, or at least not think it as well, I'm not gonna say think it as canon, but basically to completely ignore it existed. But yeah, and as I said, I was going to ignore it entirely until at the very end they showed that there's gonna be a battle with Joker from Persona 5, which, considering that there were battles with Makoto and Yu from Persona 4 in Persona 5 Royal, I guess it makes sense. And but by that logic, I would expect like a battle a battle with Makoto in Persona 4 and a possible Persona 4 remake. If that is going to happen, considering that the leak of that came from the leaker formerly known as Midori. And we all know how well that went with them. With them, or just more with him. But yeah. Anyway, so the trailer for Dying Light the Beast, which zombie game, so I skipped. The launch trailer for Wukong, and Keely here talked about what I said, the 2 million player peak and all that. Then we got another trailer for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and the fact that it's going to be there are 50 days starting today from the release of the game, and I think I already said that some of the people that I know actually were convinced that this might be a Game of the Year contender, which I said it's not happening even with Akira Toriyama's death. But yeah, then we got King of Meat, which yeah, whatever. Then we got Linked. Actually, there's a bunch of games that I just ignored because I just didn't care. King of Meat, which I skipped. Linked, Banner of the Spark, which I skipped. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, which is made by the Life is Strange developer, so immediate skip. Then No More Room in Hell 2, which another skip. Our Creators, which apparently was a game that was announced at the 2021 Game Awards, the one that It Takes Two won, if I remember correctly. And considering it, apparently nobody was talking about it in the time spent between then and now. I guess it should say how much people were hyped for this. Then we got Infinity Nikki, which was a game that I think was announced at Summer Game Fest, if I remember correctly. Actually, let me check my notes real quick. I think it was announced. Oh yeah, actually, fuck, I could rip the sheet with all the previous notes. So yeah, but yeah, I think it was announced at the. Oh fuck, this is gonna be such a mess. This video is gonna be such a mess. But anyway, but yeah, I think that was announced at the Game Awards. Then we got another trailer for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which I think, if I remember correctly, was a co-op game. So I think I'm probably going to skip. Also because I'm not that interested in Warhammer 40k in general. I know you don't. I'm pretty sure you don't have to be like a 40k nerd to understand anything to play the game. But yeah. I'm probably going to skip it, probably because of the fact that I think, if I remember correctly, this was a co-op game. I could be completely wrong. In fact, I'm definitely wrong, but yeah. Then we got Predecessor, which skip. Path of Exile 2, which another skip, and then of course an extended review on Dune Awakening, which which of course that's another skip, mostly because it's an open world. Even if I did like open worlds, I still wouldn't have played it because I didn't watch Dune and I really don't care about it. So yeah, I know Dune and Dune Part 2 are like good movies and all that, but yeah, I simply could not care about Dune at all. So yeah, this game is a hard skip, regardless of me liking open worlds or not. Then we got Reanimal, which for a split second I thought it was Little Nightmares free, but apparently looks to be Little Nightmares free, but not really being Little Nightmares free. And of course, we're going to talk about Little Nightmares free in a little bit later. Then we got a trailer for Genshin, which looks to be a new country based on Hawaii, or at least judging by the names of the three characters, and of course the fact that the game is gonna get released on Xbox, which yeah, remember the days when the game was teased for Nintendo Switch? Yeah, good times. Then we got a trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds, which I skipped because I really don't care about Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, pretty much a majority of these games are just hard skips. Then we got a crossover for Naraka and Tomb Raider, which, yeah, what the fuck is the new game, guys? I mean, the fact that actually, I will say that saying Tomb Raider and Maximilian, actually, you could say Maximilian Dude and Tomb Raider in the same sentence, and immediately, and people will think about Naraka and not think you're going insane. But yeah. Then we got a quick look to My Shiranui for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves with Of course, that she's going to have her classic design that we all know, the one that famously got her banned from Smash because Smash is for boys and girls when Terry was released for Ultimate, and also I'm going for the default costume, which apparently comes from King of Fighters Maximum Impact, which is actually really ironic considering that Maximum Impact and Maximum Impact 2 were like the only SNK games that I know of that were dubbed in English. So, yeah. Then we got a tease for V6 versus 6 mode for Mega Break, which, yeah, whatever. Then Monument Valley Free on Netflix game. The announcement on Monument Valley Free, plus the first 2 games that are going to be all Netflix games. Then a trailer on Civilization 7, which I skipped as well. Then the date for Shattered Space, which I don't remember when it was going to be released. And the Rev 8, which is basically a rover, maybe a vehicle. And then we got a bit of a little more extended look on Marvel Rivals with some of the characters, that being Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and teasing what I think should be Doctor Doom, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I know this is going to be controversial. I mean, it's not controversial at all, but I think Marvel Rivals is going to be popular for like a month tops, and then it's gonna get shit, and then it's gonna get and then it's gonna be completely forgotten because, you know, just like every single Overwatch clone, eventually everybody's going to disappear because you know, or the Overwatch hate is so strong that it kills even whatever other rival it exists, except for Team Fortress 2, which that's a completely different kind of worms entirely. But yeah. Then we got the announcement there's going to be they're going to drop the first 15 episodes of Secret Level, which I honestly have no fucking clue what that is even supposed to be. Is that supposed to be a series? I mean, it's an anthology, but what is it really going to be about? And considering the amount of, I honestly have no clue what the hell that game is. So, yeah, enlighten me on that one. Then we got another trailer for Age of Mythology Retold, and then almost immediately we got a teaser trailer for Towerborn that was so quick that I actually completely skipped. In fact, it was so quick that I almost skipped it, and I don't remember anything about that game. So, yeah. Then we saw some gameplay for Delta Force, which, not gonna lie, it looks kind of fun. I have no idea if I'm going to play it, but yeah, it honestly looks pretty fun. And then we got a trailer for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which, skip. And then, now comes the part of Hoyoverse, because we got a new area for Zenless Zone Zero, and then we got a bit of a teaser, shall we call, for Fei Zhao, and of course the trailer ending on the collab between Star Rail and Fate, of all fucking franchises. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that I really despise Hoyoverse games, and Zenless. At this point, I'm going to say that I hate Genshin Impact, and I never bothered with Honkai Star Rail for the exact same reason, and also for Zenless Zone Zero. However, I will say that I will give MiHoYo credit for making people simp for a shark and a rat. Those being Ellen Jo and Jane Doe. You know, the two animals that are commonly known as the quintessential predator of the sea, the former, and the latter, the poster animal of diseases and dirtiness. So, yeah, congratulations on that one, guys. You made people simp for two disgusting animals. But yeah, then we got a Batman Arkham Shadow, which is a VR game, so you need to skip, of course. And then, of course, as we said previously, the trailer for Little Nightmares 3. Of course, since this is Little Nightmares 3, that was a hard escape immediately. Then we got Herdling, which it's made by the same developers of Far Changing Tides and by the publishers of Firewatch. So you know that this game is going to be hashtag deep. Then we got Masters of Albion, which is made by Peter Molyneux, And considering his reputation of not an asshole and guy who can keep promises, I know for a fact that a lot of people are going to keep notes on all the things that the game promised to do and see if they actually kept up with them or they straight up ignored them. And now up to the third page with the announcement of Squid Games Unleashed on Netflix games. Since I never watched Squid Games and I give zero fucks about Squid Games in general, of course that's gonna be a skip. Then Unknown Nine Awakening, which I completely forgot about, honestly. Then it's Arena Breakout Infinite, which sounds like a somewhat generic modern shooter multiplayer stuff, so yeah. And then Blizzard, that apparently didn't show up at the opening night live at Gamescom since 2019. I wonder why. But of course they talked about the fact the anniversary of Warcraft and the fact that there's been a lot of things of to celebrate this fact. There's a skin for Widowmaker in Overwatch 2. There was and of course a bit of a trailer introducing the Pale End for Diablo 4 Vessel of the Hatred, which I think it was first shown at the Summer Game Fest at the Xbox Showcase. I remember that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case. But naturally, since this is Blizzard and this is Diablo, of course we're not going to talk about it anymore. And then we got the first Berserker Kazan from the DNF universe. You know, DNF Duel. Yeah, that's from the same universe. And honestly, I want to buy it, but I have no idea if this game is going to be a soft Souls-like or at least something similar to Neo. And if that's going to be the case, then I'm definitely not going to play it. But I'll be honest, I'm sort of intrigued by it, but the gameplay could possibly kill my interest for it. And then we got Ara History Untold, which looks to be basically a God RTS game, because they basically said, oh, you can do everything you want with the world, you can just change history, so yeah, that looks to be it. Then we got Dark and Darker Mobile, which, hard skip. Floatopia, which is basically a Animal Crossing-like, but this time in the clouds. And then, of course, we got an extended trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, narrated by none other than Troy Baker, who's going to play Indiana Jones. Because, of course, it had to be Troy Baker. I mean, who the fuck do you think it was ever going to be? I mean, seriously, who was ever going to play Indiana Jones? I mean, come on, seriously. And actually, this is something that I've been saying for a little while now, actually for a couple of days. And considering this is Indiana Jones, I wonder in what horrifying way the bad guy is going to die. Because if you remember, in the first movie, the bad guy died by having his head explode by the Ark of the Covenant. In the second game, he was devoured by sharks. In the third movie, he the guy that was played by General Veers from Star Wars drank from the wrong cup and basically fuck, what's the term again? Basically de-aged up to a not vanished. That vanished is the villain from the fourth movie. Basically aged immediately from a corpse into a skeleton. So yeah, I wonder in what horrifying way the bad guy is going to die. I'm going to say impaled and torn like Melina style in Mortal Kombat. But yeah, and the game is coming out on December 9 for PC and Xbox. And I wrote in my note, no PS version, and almost as if, fuck, the Meshing Games and Jeff Keighley were hearing me, they immediately announced that, as soon as I wrote no PS version, they immediately announced that the PS5 version is coming on spring 2025, which I wonder why so late, but who knows, that's exclusivity deals, I'm going to guess. And then, of course, to end the night, Mafia: The Old Country, which I want to say it's a prequel to Mafia 1. I have no idea if who the characters are going to be, so I actually put a question mark because I have no idea if it's going to be a completely different story that is not connected to the free games. But yeah, to me it feels like a prequel because the old country. I mean, of course, the old country is referring to Italy, but yeah, I honestly have no idea if it's gonna be a prequel to the first Mafia game or it's gonna be a completely separate story that has nothing to do with the first three games. And that was basically it for Gamescom Opening Night Live. And I think in terms of big time shows, we still have the Direct of September, the Tokyo Game Show, whatever state of play Sony is going to announce, and then should be straight to the Game Awards, I think, unless there's something in November. But yeah, I think it should be Tokyo Game Show, the Direct of September, October, November, and the fall Direct, and then the Game Awards, plus whatever state of play there's going to be in. So yeah, that's all for this video. See you next time.